All right, I'm with a victorious coach here, Mark Henry, who has Zabit Magomedsharipov got the win over Jeremy Stephens. Just your thoughts on his performance. Were you happy with it, getting a win over a top 15 opponent?
Yeah, Jeremy's so tough, man. Fighting a guy like Jeremy once with Frankie, I thought was enough. To do him 2 times is a nightmare, man. So Jeremy's incredible, man. Jeremy's going to keep coming, and it's an awesome, test for. No, I'm not going to say test. It's an awesome fight for Zabit to fight someone, a quality opponent as Jeremy, who's been at the top of the game since he's been in the UFC. So a win over him is massive. Not only that, 5-0 in the UFC is so big. I mean, it's so hard to be 5-0. 5-0, you just beat a number 6 guy, and a guy like Jeremy Stephens, is something so proud to be of. I'm so proud of him, and I know all Dagestan is, and all the coaches are.
Yeah, and you've talked about him being a future champion. After tonight's performance, how close do you think that is before we see him fight for a title?
I think he's very close, man. I think he was a tad bit off tonight, but he could do so many things that the fans haven't seen. And man, I think if he fights for the title tomorrow, he wins it. In my opinion, like he has so much more, that people haven't seen yet, and I can't wait, until he shows it all, because he can do so much. This kid, he's incredible.
Yeah, and I hear that he trains all the time. Do you have to dial him back a little bit in training just to say, hey, we need some rest periods here?
Yeah, that's the thing. With him, I was a little concerned coming into this fight because I've been around. We've had so many great champions, like Frankie Edgar, Marlon Moraes, Eddie Alvarez. So so many great guys. Corey Anderson, Edson Barboza. So when guys start coming up the ranks and get these, they get the lights get brighter. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
But someone like Zabit, man, he's got guys like Frankie. You know what I'm saying, as examples, and Khabib that he knows very well, and also his upbringing and his family and his coaches in Dagestan too. They're so humble, and when he came here back for his biggest fight in his career, that he was training hard, and that's what I kind of wanted to see, and we saw, you get over 1.3 million followers, it can get to you, but this kid is who he is. He's a humble kid. He trains hard, and we definitely had to dial him back because he knew Jeremy's an amazing opponent, and he would try to go too long after we already had 2 trainings for the day. So yeah, we definitely had to dial him back.
Last question, I know you got to get going. As far as when you would like to see him fight, do you have that in mind yet? I know this is fresh, but is there like an ideal time you'd like to see him return to the cage?
Whenever he's ready, man. I always like the guys that take a couple months off, for their bodies. It's not even it's not even for the fight. It's for the camp. When you're sparring, his main sparring partner was Eddie Alvarez. For this camp, he sparred Eddie so many rounds. So all that sparring, and then you have the fight and the cut down, the weight cut and everything. So I like to see him take a few months, and then I don't know if Ramadan. He definitely needs.
That's right. Yeah.
To honor his religion, and so he definitely needs to take off for Ramadan, and then we'll see what happens, man. He's right. This kid, he trains all the time, so he's always ready.
Enjoy the victory tonight, Coach.
Thank you so much.